thinking about that, what is it? The Marshawn Nealand situation. I don't know if you guys have been hearing about that in the news. And just my heart goes out to his family. I don't know if maybe I'm getting too personal with this, because a lot of people have said a lot of things like, oh, if they knew that he was going through stuff like that, why wouldn't they have tried to intervene and tried to, because apparently he had some kind of mental health things going on. And I'm just going to talk from personal experience here, and I may be oversharing, but it was a point in time in my life, and it's the truth, so truth shall set you free. When I was young, after I had my daughter, because I had my daughter at like 17, I experienced a episode like that where I literally was trying to take myself out of here. What I know now is that was likely postpartum depression. My daughter, I don't even know if she was quite 6 months old yet. So what I know now is it probably was related to the pregnancy. But it happened, I was hospitalized for it. And honestly, it's one of the reasons why I have the strong bond that I have with my daughter, because I truly believe that her presence saved my life, because she actually started crying in the process of me taking every pill that I could think of taking. She started crying, and it made me call 911. So that's a real life story. Not sure whether this will make it in the video, because it could possibly be oversharing, but it's true. Speaking from someone who has experienced that before, you just don't know. I don't know whether any family member that I had, even knowing that I was experiencing a lot of stress, I was 17 years old. I was still taking a full course load in school. I was working as close to full time as possible. So basically I would go to school, get out of school, go to work. I would pick up my daughter, take my daughter to my mom and dad, because I was still living at home, and then I would go to work, and that was it, as much as possible. So very much close to full time. And it was a lot. I was trying to graduate. I was still doing very well in school. I did graduate with honors despite my situation. So it was, it was just a lot for a teenager, but me having a daughter, that was my own, that I put myself in that situation. So but yeah, it was a very trying situation, and I was experiencing a lot of depression and sadness and all that good stuff, bad stuff. And so, because of that, I just grew very depressed. I won't, like I said, now looking back at it, it was probably postpartum depression. But nobody knew that. Nobody knew that day when I woke up that I would try to do something like that. Nobody knew that. So for anyone to be like, you know, oh, his family should have intervened, or somebody should have intervened. Like, you have no earthly idea how quickly those thoughts can creep. How quickly they can just seep. And the thought is so immediate. It's so right then. It's so, I got to solve this problem right now. Like, this will fix it. That is what your brain is saying to you. That this will fix it. Like, this will make everything relief. You're just looking for relief. And I don't really think that you're contemplating the ramifications of what you're doing. And even if you are, your mind is telling you this will solve it for everybody. You know, like, you not being around is going to solve it for everyone involved. Everyone doesn't have to deal with you anymore. You don't have to be a problem anymore. You don't have to be an issue. And that's how your brain is thinking, or at least that's how my brain was thinking in the moment. And it's wrong, but you don't know it in the moment. You don't understand it in the moment. So I was thinking about that today, and it was just ironic that I'm going to my daughter's today as well, because she's so tied and linked to this whole discussion. But yeah, that is what is going through the mind of someone in that kind of sunken place. And it is a sunken place. Thank God, you know, it didn't turn out that way. Thank God for my daughter. Thank God for my life. You know, I'm extremely happy that things turned out the way they did. But at the same time, that's just my insight of what it feels like in that moment where you decide to do something like that.